One mini world, one creation dream.
Welcome, how are you? I hope that all of you are good right now. And as always, I'm going to give you a quick introduction. This is the class number 6. Seems that is not going to be that necessary, so I'm going to be very quick with this, okay? Because I know that you already know what I'm going to explain here. So for this class, we are going to do more mini-games. Very important. We are going to try to make 3, but probably with time, as in the previous classes, we only will be able to do 2 games, okay? So depending on the time, we are going to do 3 or 2 games. Don't worry, I choose those games that are going to be easier for you to make, and that are so more than easier are going to be the one that will teach you different ways that you can create a map, okay? So that's very important. Apart from that, we are going to actually learn how to submit your map, and we are going to have a section for questions and answers, okay? In case you have something that you want to ask me about the MiniCamp, about how you can do some specific triggers related with this MiniCamp, I will be able to help you out with it. So that is going to be the last section, okay? Now, what else? All right, so now let's start with the first chapter, and the first chapter is going to be, so let's start with Labyrinth. Why did I choose Labyrinth for you guys, okay? Let me move to my map and let me show you an example. Very quickly here. Okay, now I'm in the loads. Let me choose my own map. In Labyrinth, it's a map that is going to teach you something very important, guys, a quick trick that you can do for any map, okay? And it's that it's going to create a random labyrinth here, okay? So what I mean when I mean a random labyrinth, okay? Let me put the game in single game mode. Let me move to triggers here. For some reason, Miniverse is not moving. Okay, yeah. Now it is. So labyrinth in here is going to be the number 13, okay? So Labyrinth is a simple game. It's something that is really easy to do, but will teach you something that is really important, and it's how to do random labyrinths in your game, or random constructions, okay? Let me show you here. This is Labyrinth, okay? As you see, as soon as the map starts, it's going to create a random labyrinth. That's it. Okay, I'm dying a lot on this one. Let me do the right calculations now. Okay, no. I completely died 3 times, guys, but you get the idea, okay? So this will allow us to create a random labyrinth every time that we are going to play the game, okay? And I'm going to teach you how to do that. Once more, we are going to try to... As you see, this time the labyrinth is completely different. And if I keep dying, or if I edit the map once more, what I'm going to get is a different labyrinth every time that I play it, okay? And actually, this is not completely random. We are going to learn that, and it's going to be a quick usage, a quick trick that you can use for any of your games, as you see. Now it's going to generate another one. And now the players will be able to play. As you see, every time that we play this is a different one, okay? So, let's start for creating this, as always, to just go into the middle of your map. And once you are in the middle, you are going to catch up at the coordinates here, okay? As always, guys, we are going to catch up the coordinates. Once we got the coordinates, we are going to move here to register. And as always, we are going to register our map, okay? So you know already how it works. You know that you need to do this for every game that you create if you want the game to be added into the map. And what you are going to do is just follow the next, okay? Once more, on the ID, we are going to replace that by the ID of your game. In this case, is 1, 2, 3. Next number is going to be the number 4. On here, you delete everything and you put 2 notation marks, and into the notation marks, you are going to put the name of your game, okay? Labyrinth, okay? This is going to be the name of this one. On here, you are going to put the coordinates. I already got it right here in around some area. Okay, so I'm going just to copy my coordinates, but remember you are going to select your coordinates, okay? Now for this game, as we want the players to spawn in any part of the map, just put the number 1. Remember, 1 is random spawn, 2 is border spawn, and 3 is going to be a center spawn, okay? And for the coin methods, also use a number 1. That means that is going to spawn the coins, the stars, in any part of the map, okay? Now that is ready, that this is fully working, we are going to move to the trick, okay? So you create a normal map, but let me teach you the trick. You are going to find out that this is kind of a weird or intrepid or like confused arena. You are going to see that there is a lot of blocks here, and let me explain how it works, okay? So I'm going to move to another map to show you the example, or to show you how it works, okay? Just a second here. Let's use YeyoLabs, that is the map where I do my test. Okay. And imagine that this is going to be your map, okay? What we are going to do and how you can build random scenarios is the next way, okay? Okay, no, I'm in single player, that's not going to help me. I need to be in creative mode, okay? Imagine that the block that I have in my hand is a transparent block, or let's put one that is like that. Okay, let's put tools, and let's put 3 blocks, okay? In this case, I'm going to use 3 different blocks. You are going to do just the same color, okay? What you are going to do is to build a labyrinth with 1 block as an example. My labyrinth, in this case, is going to be very simple. Of course, because we are not doing a full labyrinth, we are just doing something very small here, okay? And what you are going to do after that is to build with the same block, of course, but I'm going to use a different one, the second labyrinth, okay? But what you are going to do, you are going to build it over like the other labyrinth. So that means that the second labyrinth, it's going to be just over the previous one. You remember, you need to use the same block. I'm using right now a different color, okay? But imagine that you are using the same block. So as you see, we are doing like different layers here, okay? And very important, guys, these 2 blocks are going to be completely invisible when you are in multiplayer, okay? So that means that when we start the game, players are not going to see anything of this. And finally, you can add as much layers as you want. You add another labyrinth here over the other, okay? So as you see, it's going to look kind of weird, okay? As an example, this is another labyrinth. But what we are going to do is just that when the game plays, you are not going to see anything, right? That's correct, because we are going to just have 1 labyrinth, okay? That means that when the game starts, we are going to choose which one of the lines of the labyrinth, of the altitudes or the layers, is going to be displayed. So as an example, okay? As an example, by the trigger, the labyrinth that is going to work is going to be the one in the middle. So what it's going to do the game is just this, okay? And that means that when you play the game, you are going to have that labyrinth, of course, and the players are not going to see the others, okay? That's how it works, and that's how you make like different altitudes, okay? So we are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 labyrinths over and over, okay? So for creating this, the green block, the green one can see, it means that can stop, it's going to only stop physical projectiles like the balls or the soccer ball or the volleyball ball and things like that, okay, and boxes. So welcome on Let's Gamer, sorry. So as you see, that's how it works. Where was the labyrinth here? I think it's around this area. No, I forgot where I put it. It's right here. So as you see, it's going to be the same, guys. It's going to be layer over layer. And every time that we play the game is just going to render, or it's going to change the blocks for only one line, okay? Once more, check this. As you see, that is going to be the final result. You are going to have like random labyrinths with this, okay? You can use this for a lot of things. As an example, you can do if you are in an adventure game, you can create like different scenarios, or you can create a bridge can be changed, okay? So as an example, when you pull one lever, is going to have a bridge from sides to sides, or when you put the other, it's going to have another bridge, okay? It's just an example about what you can do. So how do you are going to do for this one, okay? Or what you are going to do? No, the invisible block doesn't create lag, don't worry for that. Oh, for Davon, the only thing that you have to do is be in developer mode, and to get those blocks, you are going to move to tools, and you can find it right here. Differences: our wall protects or is like an invisible wall directly. The blue one it stops the players, but it's not going to stop the projectiles, okay? And the third one, and that is the green one, it only stops some objects, okay? But it's not going to stop things like the balls or the boxes, okay? Physical things are not going to be like protected by this, okay? So how we can start with this? How we are going to do, okay? Once more, this is actually not an airwalk. This is something I create, okay? So it's going to be no block. Remember last class we created this specific block. We created for the pool and frenzy. I don't remember for which one, but we create that block the last class, okay? The last class, so it's that specific block, okay? Setup, the model is going to be invisible, and the setup needs to be air. Very quick, guys, that's very important. You need to put air blocks, otherwise players are not going to be walked through, okay? That's very important. The one I got here is no block, because if you place this, okay, and very important, don't do this, guys, don't do it, but it's just to show you an example. If I put the one I got in my inventory, that is no block, I will be able to cross around. But if I place the other one, I will be stopped here, okay? I cannot move. Alright? So once, well, of course you already have this one created. As mentioned, we create this for the bridge. What you are going to do is just build your different libraries, okay? Over and over. But very important, guys, what you are going to do is to take notes, okay? On here, you are going to take notes of the altitude, okay? That's very important, guys. So let me put it on here. The altitude, it's going to be 1, okay? Very important. And then you are going to take notes of the max altitude, so that means the last layer of your labyrinth. You are going to just get over it and you are going to take notes. It's going to be 5, okay? So max altitude or max y, it's going to be the number 5, okay? Because we are going to use that. Now, how we are going to start to create our triggers? First, as always, we are going to create the MiniGames normal registry, okay? So just as always, just copy Meteor, okay? And paste it. Once you paste it, you are going to change the name. You are going to put Labyrinth or whatever name you want to give it, okay? As an example, you can use this also to create the normal bridge game, okay? You can have 2 different scenarios. So this is very useful. You can do a lot of things with this. And when you do that, when you actually create that, what you are going to do is to change the same information. So remember over here, I'm going to have a 13, but you need to change this one for the same number that you put onto the register, okay? So in my case, it's going to be 13. In yours, it's going to be 4. So if you put a 4 on it, remember once more, on here, you need to put the same number. So you need to put a 4, okay, on here, okay? Of course, once more, I got it in 13, but it's going to be a little bit different to yours, okay? It's very important. Now, for the actions, guys, first thing as always, we are going to set up the rules, okay? So what's going to be important for this one? First, that the players cannot jump, because we are going to do a labyrinth, right? Probably you have 1 block by 1 block distance. You don't want the player to jump from side to side. He needs to resolve all the labyrinth to get in that area. Put a lot of speed, because the labyrinth is going to have another important block, that is the one that slides a little bit. And as we are going to do the sliding block, probably you want the labyrinth to be easy to work with, okay? Now, can move needs to be true, can use items needs to be true, and can be killed be true. All the orders needs to be false on here, okay? Once more, we are going to have just the same actions as always. We are going to explain the rules for the players. On here I put pick up coins on the labyrinth. That's it, no more things. And we are going to left the right one, that one like it is, okay? Now, if I'm not wrong, this one doesn't need a loop, okay? Alright, it only needs a small loop, okay? So you are going to hit here, new, and you are going to create a new trigger from 0 that is being called Labyrinth Loop. Once more, this is into the loop folders, okay? Once we got on this, we are going to stop right here, and we are going to go to plugins and create 2 things, okay? Right now, we already, oh sorry guys, we already got like the normal block, but we are going to create another one, okay? That one that we are going to create is a normal block, but very important guys, check this. The sliding acceleration is going to be 16, and it needs to be a solid block, okay? So once more, how do you create this? Go on add, hit new, hit create, and when you hit create, you are going just to put the same information. So you can put whatever name you want to give it. In attributes, once more, blast resistance -1, hardness -1, and this one, move it to 1.6. That will make the player slide like if it was over ice. Put line intensity on high, that means a 10 on here, okay? And solid needs to be the one that you choose here, okay? Save it, and we also are going to do something. We are going to create a new status guy. What you are going to do is to hit a new one, create a new one, create, okay? And when you got it created, we are going to give the name of This is going to be confusion, okay? All right, so what it's going to do, it's just going to make the player walk backwards. That means that it's going to invert the controls, okay? This is not completely necessary. In this one, I create this one to make the game a little bit harder for the players, but you can choose, of course, whatever you wanted, okay? Once more, the status icon I'm using is this one, and there is a lot of options that you can choose here. Of course, you can choose whatever you want, but I'm choosing this one because I really like that one, okay? But let's imagine that you can choose whatever you want, so you want to choose this one, okay? The effect that I'm using is light effect 6, and the sound is effect 15. For the effect, the only thing that you are going to add is special effect, and this one that says confused or disoriented, that will make the player move in opposite direction, okay? Attributes, you are going to keep it like it is. You are going to put don't remove after that in positive status. This is very important, guys, because if you place like this, probably when the player dies, it's going to remove the effect. So just keep it like this, okay? Once we got this, we need to just hit lift, okay? And when you do that, just hit again in Creata and it's restart the game, okay? With that, you will be able to play again. Okay? Now, once we have completely done those two things, we can move back to our trigger, okay? So let's do this. First, we are going to move to MiniGames loop. We are going to take the one that we just created, the Labyrinth Loop, okay? And we are going to rename it as Labyrinth Loop, okay? Once more, I have 13 on here, but you are going to have the same number that you registered. Don't put anything else, just go here and add a new action, okay? And you are going to put this players in trigger event, okay? We are going to obtain the effect that is being called radioactive area, okay? I put it as like a little bit different right here. Okay, I don't remember which one is it. Target, ready, produce infection, observer. Okay, I have a lot of them on here. I don't remember which one is the one that we need to use. I think it's this one. Okay, yeah, I didn't change the name actually, but this is going to be radioactive area in my end. Is going to be the one that we just created, okay? And put false. And very important, guys, check this. What we are going to do is to give a for only like some seconds this, okay? So remember, we already create a variable at the beginning of the game that is going to be that is the timer game to start, okay? So we are going to use that one. And that's it. We are not going to do anything else here. We are going to move back to MiniGames and we are going to go to our labyrinth, okay? And we are going to add a new action, okay? The action is going to be blocks and is going to be replace block area, okay? Very important, guys. Don't choose this one. Remember, this one is going to work for only one block. What we are going to do is to replace this one. So we are going to select this one, and when we got it, we need to reposition this, okay? Actually, this is going to be something like this, guys. What you need to do is just to put it up, okay? We are going to put it as the second action, okay? You are going to confirm, and you are going to put the next thing, okay? On here, it's going to be the block that we created. In my case, is orange wood. Remember that we just created that. Is the block that I name it here as a cyan block. That is the one that you can find here, okay? Where is it? Okay. Remember, I put this one, but in my game it's going to be the same, okay? It's going to be the same block. It's going to have the same characteristics, but I choose this one, okay? And we are going to transform a location into the region, okay? And this is very important. This is how we are going to get our altitude, okay? So what you are going to do is that you will create an area, and this is going to be the most important part, okay? What we need to do is to just change to tool mode here, okay? And we are going to select from here, be sure that covers all your labyrinth, be important to side, but we are going to select the minimum altitude, remember, right here, from the block 1 to the block 5, that is going to be the maximum altitude, okay? So we are going to cover everything, be sure that covers all the parts, and there is no empty space. When I mean there's no empty spaces, that you are not going to have something clear after this. Rename it, very important guys, as always, rename it as a labyrinth, okay? And once you got this area created, you are going to move back to the trigger, and we are going to edit this. So the first one is function library, convert area or location to an area, okay? And on here, we got this that says a specific coordinate location, okay? So how did you get that? Just select this one that says a specific coordinate location. And we are going to have this different information, okay? On here, you need to put the coordinates of your center, okay? Of the center of your map, all right? Once more, are the coordinates that you get for your map, but very important, in the middle, okay? In the middle, you are going to create a new variable, and you are going to put our altitude, okay? That it becomes from random altitude, but I put like a short name for it, okay? Once more, the other numbers are going to be just the coordinates for this one. I think the center is this one, okay? Yeah. 4, 8, 15, remember that's are going to be our completely coordinates, so it's going to be 48, altitude, and 15, right here, okay? 48, 15, and the altitude, that is going to be 4. Once more, for avoid get confused, that's the same that we are putting right here, okay? So as you see, we got 48 altitude and 15, but we are going to put a variable in it, okay? And once more, we are going to put in here, apart from this, when you finish with this one, we are going to put 11, 05, 11, okay? That's very important, guys. That is going to tell the game to create an area, okay? What we are doing with this is just, this is going to be the number of the altitude of the layer that we are going to transform in blocks, okay? So the most important one is this one. And on here, you are going to put no block. What we are doing with this one, we are going to take, if in a previous game we change the labyrinth, we are going to delete that labyrinth, and we are going to start or create over all the layers clean, okay? We are going to keep it like it is right now. Of course, you are going to have something like this, that is on here, change meteor rust, you are going to delete it, okay, on here. And once we got here, once we got this, we are going to pause the game for 1 second. This is very important, guys. What did you pause the game for 1 second? It's because it's going to have less lag, okay? That's it. It's not important for the labyrinth, but it's for the players to avoid to have a lot of lag, okay? All right. Sounds condition in English. It's kind of difficult right now, but don't worry, guys. It's going to be very easy. And what we are going to do after this, after we put here timer and waiting time 1 second, we are going to set up a new variable, okay? So it's going to be assigned setup, a value setup here, and we are going to set up a random altitude, okay? So just choose random altitude, and we are going to choose a random number here, okay? So just put function library, random number, okay? So on random number, remember I asked you to choose the locations, right? So this is what it's going to happen here. Let me do this. Let me delete this. And is going to be something like this, guys, okay? Very important. Imagine that you are seeing your map from one side, okay? These are going to be the different labyrinths that you have in your map, okay? All right. So we got our altitude here. Very important. We got altitude or Y, okay? Let me insert a text here so it's going to be more clear for you guys. It's going to be the Y, okay? Or altitude, okay? Alright guys, I think it's going to be easier this way because it's kind of hard to understand at the beginning. Okay, imagine that we are checking our map from this position, okay? So this is going to be the altitude. Of course, this is going to be the altitude 1, okay? So let's put the number 1 for altitude equals 1, and let me change here this, okay? Altitude equal 2, altitude equal 3, and altitude equal 4. That means that we have like different labyrinths, okay? What we are going to do here on this specific setup is tell the game that random altitude, that is going to be this variable, or RR altitude, it's going to be random number of this one. So what does it mean? It means that if the altitude is going to be 1, we are going to tell the game to transform these blocks into another block. If the altitude is equal to number 3, okay, we are going to change those blocks for another color block. As an example, well, I don't know, we are going to put the red color in it, and it's going to just change that, and the other ones are going to be invisible for the player, okay? So that's what we are doing here. Remember, minimum altitude is going to be here. 1, maximum altitude is going to be 5. But very important, guys, when you step over the blocks, remember that the blocks are going to be another block, okay? So on here, actually, if I step over the block, it's going to be the number 2, right? Let me show you guys. Okay, so I'm going to put a block right here, so you will be able to see it. If I stay over here, it's going to tell me random altitude number 2. And if I stay at the max altitude, that is going to be this one on here. Well, I put the block that is not very useful for this one. Let's put this. It's going to tell me it's the number 5, okay? What you are going to do is to take -1. So that means that we are going to appear one block under the player. So it's going to be, it's going to be 1 and 4, okay? And that's the numbers that you are going to put right on here, okay? So once more, that are the numbers that you are going to put right on here. It's going to choose in between the layer 1 and the layer 4, okay? And once we got this, we are going just to copy the one that we put at second place. We are going to copy and we are going to paste it, the one that says replace block, and we are going to invert that, okay? So on the original one, you got here like this block, okay? That was like the block that you choose, okay? That one that you created. Remember, in my case, is going to be orange block. What you are going to do instead of that is to choose the one that we created, the one that says no block, okay? And on here, you are going to put the actual block that you want to be. So as an example, if you want to render this one, we are going to move it. Of course, you are going to put just the one block that we created before. And remember, we got all of this. Well, we are going to use just the same, okay? As you see, it's not just, you don't need to change anything else. You just need to copy and paste. And with that, that one is going to work fine, okay? Right after that, you are going to add a new action. The action is going to be timer, and it's going to be waiting time. You are going to wait 4 seconds, and after the 4 seconds, you are going to add this one that says player group and operate trigger on a player set that is going to execute whatever we want in all the players, okay? And remember, we already created this trigger. It's in loops. It's the one that we created before. It's Labyrinth Loop. And we are going to choose to execute it in all players in team. And the team is going to be the red team, okay? And let me show you what we got right now. Okay, and very important, guys. I changed the block, so it's going to be with the Rust block, okay? We don't remember. Yeah, I put it right here. Okay, and let me show you. As you see, we are going to change all the blocks for another block. Okay, as you see, this time is this block, of course, because we have a change. So if we change that one, we are going to change it back, okay? So remember, I just put it right here, okay? So for Lithium Rust, you are going to select your block, okay? Mine is right here. It's going to be this one. Oh no, actually it's going to be the orange. Where it was, the creative here. It's going to be this one, and right now it's supposed to be working fine. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's okay. So, right now you should have it, everything working. Let me show you. And that's it. You have like different labyrinths here. That's it, guys. All right, so if you pay attention for this, you know that you can create a multiple labyrinths and multiple things like this. Of course, it's going to be very useful, and it's not completely random, but it's going to allow you to make the player think that you have a different values for this one. Okay, so guys, you know already how it works. I hope you like it.